Hi everyone, it's Brittney from The Pretty Plus. It's been a while. I had kind of sworn off making YouTube videos and now I miss it. So here I am making another one. I wanted to kind of chat with you first. So this video is going to be kind of like ending 2022 and like talking about what my plans are for budgeting for 2023 and like our money basically. But just giving you a quick life update. Family of 5, if you haven't watched before. My husband and I have been married, it'll be 9 years in 2023. We worked really hard to pay off all of our debt. We had $25,000 in debt. With interest, we paid off $40,000 in debt. I have blog articles. I have a lot of videos from past years where we were in debt when I was doing the videos. So you can watch those. I recently did an article with More Magazine that was like a personal essay where I talk about money management and how I want to pass on like good traits to my daughter. Anyway, so he and I have a 4-year-old and then twin boys who are 21 months. So we have little kids in the home. We own our house. We don't own it outright. We owe like $100,000, like $109,000, $108,000, something like that, on our house. The only thing that we owe on, like that has an interest, is my car. His car's paid off. My car, I wanted to, let me back up real quick. I wanted to start paying that car off this year. The interest is so low that my husband was like, I don't think this is going to be your car that we like, we pay off and we keep it for a long time. It is kind of small for our needs. So I have a Nissan Pathfinder. And again, we have 3 kids. They all fit in there currently. There's not a lot of room to grow or to add a person. We did it the other day. We had my mom in the car with us. It was not comfy. So that being said, we are not paying that car off right now. We are thinking about what we're going to do next as far as my car goes. But besides that, we don't have credit card debt. We don't have like weird debts. We have couple thousand in medical debts since I had babies, and they were in the NICU for a long time, and insurance really just kind of sucks. But it's 0% interest, and we're set up on a payment plan that we feel very comfortable with, like very comfortable with. Slow paying that because there's no point in paying it sooner, to be fair. So I wanted to give you all of that background. 2022 was the first year in a long time where Brett and I had money and didn't have a huge purpose for what we were doing with it. So we worked really hard in 2017, 2018, into 2019, paying off debt. And then 2020 was obviously really crazy. We were working on saving an emergency fund, which was pretty good timing, but we didn't end up having to use it. 2021, we were still working on that. 2020, and we had the twins, so we we ended up using a lot of it because we were in over our heads. So 2021 and then into 2022, we focused a lot on some like house remodeling stuff. So we had new floors put in. We had waterproofing done to our basement. This room that we're in, we remodeled. I work from home, so I work in this room, and it's like a family room as well as my office. We've just been living middle class comfy. So we have emergency fund in the bank. We have extra spending money for ourselves. We were just kind of getting loosey-goosey. I say we, but it's mainly me. I manage our money, so I was feeling very comfortable. And as a Capricorn woman, when I start to feel comfortable, I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel great about it. It was a good year. I don't have any real regrets except for not tracking things a little more closely. As you'll see from what I'll show you next, we have used a budget spreadsheet that I have created and molded throughout the last 6 or so years. And I love it, but in 2022 didn't really use it a ton. Like, I made sure at the end of every month that everything was accounted for, but I wasn't looking at it day to day, week to week like I was before, and that ended up with being a lot of months where, besides the fact that groceries cost a shit ton of money right now, I would be like up $500 to $700 over my grocery budget, which I know is easy to do right now, but I feel like I could have controlled it better if I had been making sure that we're eating what we have by using a meal plan and all the good things that we know to do. I'm wrapping all this up to say, I feel like our overabundance has been a blessing, but also I'm feeling punched in the face by consumerism, which I had fought really hard against a couple of years ago by doing like a personal no buy. And that didn't mean my family, like if we wanted to buy something for my child or the house, like I didn't like worry about that. But it was more like for myself. I wasn't buying myself makeup or skincare or little things here and there. I was only allowing myself like to have something that you consume, like go to a coffee shop or, you know, get a facial. Like I could do those things with my money if I really wanted to, or if I had money to spend. But otherwise, I was trying not to spend money on like clothes, makeup, skincare, jewelry, whatever. So with that being said, my husband and I talked about it, and we kind of want to take 2023 to step back again and to really focus more on family and the things that we have. And I'm gonna work to like put my goal. I have started like a list of goals that like kind of encompass all of the things and not just finances. But as far as finances go, it's spending less, buying less, not doing less. I feel like we'll still be able to do fun things as a family. We still have money. Our goals are just very different. But to keep saving more, eventually new home or a new addition to this home is what we're looking to do. A trip to Disney World is something we're wanting to do in the next year or two. And yeah, so we want to do that. I will go ahead and show you what I'm planning for our budget to look like for January 2023, and explain to you like how I'm just being a little more strict and strategic about some of the things that we're doing, and share with you some things that we did in the past. This video I'm expecting to be a little longer. Obviously I'm already 8.5 minutes into it, but if you're interested in seeing what our budget's going to probably look like for the most part, then keep on watching. And also make sure that you subscribe and, you know, turn the notification bell on, because you can stick around and I will try to do an update every month. So yeah, thank you. Okay, so if you are an OG Pretty Plus watcher, then you may be familiar with my budget spreadsheet. And if you are, you'll notice that it's gotten quite a facelift. It's prettier, it's a little bit more streamlined, and it's more in line with how we are doing our budget and planning this year. So I will go through like our regular expenses that we're expecting and plans that we have, and then I'll just talk with you a little bit about what we're going to be doing during each one. So mortgage is $680, nothing different there. Car payments $360, also nothing different there. We're not paying any extra toward either of those. It just is what it is. Our phones are $150. Internet is $70. Utilities expecting around $400. likely to be less than that, but we like to budget a little high there so that we're never like below on the money. So Hulu, I'm noticing right now, is off. It's $15 now. We do the no ads plan. It's just what we prefer. I think that we have noticed some more ads creeping into the no ads plan, so maybe we'll switch to the ads plan sometime, but right now it's fine. We have a nanny now, and I don't know if I've recorded one of these videos since we've had one. Yeah, she had $1,600. Groceries / household, I'm budgeting $600, not $700. And then, I'll talk a little bit about that. So, groceries have been so freaking expensive. I have gone over our $700 that we've budgeted every month, but I'm also not planning super closely. So I am going to go like old school budgeting and give myself a weekly allowance, which I think will be more manageable. We have a lot of stuff at our house that we can work to clean out of the freezer and the pantry, and my twins have Medicaid from, they had a long story short, they had disabled status from being in the NICU for so long, and then with it being COVID times, they have it for another year, where if they would have been evaluated, they wouldn't have it another year, but since they didn't do evaluations because of COVID, they have it for another year. So with that, we also have WIC. So we are getting, it's like 9 gallons of milk, 3 dozen eggs, a bunch of cereal, peanut butter, like $74, I think, dollars in fruit and vegetables, and that is so helpful. So anyway, I want to mention that because we do have a little extra help. So $80 a week is what I'm planning on doing, with a $200 trip to Sam's Club. I have some things that are like adding up on my list. Now this isn't just groceries, it's also anything we need for the home. So like Sam's will be getting paper towel and like Clorox wipes, and that will come out of this budget as well. So $80 a week should be very manageable because of the amount of stuff we have here. Also, this month, December, we are getting 1/8 of a cow. So we'll have about 85 pounds of beef in the freezer. So if all else fails, we have beef. So, beef and vegetables, we can make it work. So that is the plan for groceries, and I went ahead and just wrote in, I'm going to go on Sunday every week just to make sure that, I'm only going to the grocery store once. I like shopping. I love grocery shopping. So, I have a tendency to go more than once or to go to multiple stores and not really have a plan. So my goal for January at least is to have the plan, to stick to it, and then we'll see how that goes. And if it's going well, I just carry it into February, March, April. That would be wonderful. If it's not going well, readjusting, figure out what I can fix and what works best for our family, and we'll go from there. But that's what the the groceries home budget is looking like. For lawn and home services, I have $200 budgeted. I think it's because we have some things that we're planning for our handyman to either work on or we need to pay him for. So he's coming this week. This is today. I'm recording on the 27th. So it's kind of that weird week where it's almost the next month, but not quite. So he's coming this week to work on a couple of things, and we may end up paying him into the next month, and then we just always have things for him to work on. So and then $25 of that is for Terminix. That's like a maintenance one. So we had I found active termites in a wall. They were secluded to that area. We were paying $65 a month. And that was for a year, and then now it's $25 a month just to keep up with it. It sucks, but I don't want our house to be eaten by bugs. Budgeting $100 for restaurant. Noting that January is my birthday month, Brett and I might go do something fun, so this might need to be adjusted a little bit. I know we are going to dinner, but I have a gift card for the place that we're planning on going. So we'll see how that goes. And then we might do an activity or maybe stay a night somewhere, and that will come out of surplus type of budget. But $100 is all we're giving ourselves. And just to take my family out, even if we're just going to McDonald's, it's going to be $50. So that is what it is. I budgeted $500 for gas, but this is still based on the fact that prices have been pretty high, but recently in my area they've been much lower. I think that right now it's under $3, so it'll probably be a lot less than $500, but that's what's budgeted. Allowance, this is too low too. These things aren't correct right now. What is it? Brett and I each get $150 per month for our allowance, and they just go into our separate accounts. So we have a joint account that everything goes into, and then our separate accounts have our hobby money. So my money from the Pretty Plus, and his money, and freelancing, and his money from vintage resale and all that stuff goes in his own account. And then we have money from our account every month going to each of our accounts. Clear? Is that clear? Anyway, kids savings, we just do $20 a month in each of their savings accounts. Kid expenses, we have $150 budgeted. 48 of that is already gone every month to dance class for Clara. She doesn't like dance class, so we'll see if we have to do this past June. We're just making her do she goes, she has a good time. It was 4 months of her being really unsure, and now she's okay, but it's still not her favorite. So we're having her finish the season and then see how she likes it. And then $40 of that is for gymnastics, and she loves gymnastics. So if she stops doing dance, we'll probably put her in an additional gymnastics class. She's not in a preschool or anything right now, so getting her out and doing some classes has been really nice. And then anything else that comes up, diapers, whatever it may be, that would come out of this budget. And then I used to do sinking funds every month. That was really, really helpful as we were trying to pay off debt, and we had a lot of goals. We could compartmentalize. We could decide how much exactly we were spending on each thing at the very beginning of the year, and then just space it out through the whole year and be able to save $50 for one thing and $20 for another thing every single month. And then whenever it was time to use that money, we would use it out of one account. We don't really have the need for that right now because we have an excess of money in our savings. So if we aren't able to pay for something in the month that we are trying to do it, which usually we can, if we're not able to, we have savings that we can use. That's not part of our emergency savings. It is just additional savings for home renovations, whatever we're trying to work toward. So we got rid of our sinking funds, and we are not using them this year. It feels weird to me to say, but it makes sense for us. And it feels really good to be in a place where we're we don't have to do that. We don't have to budget so hard to make things happen. They're just happening, and it feels really nice. So if you too have a mediocre income and a medium-sized family, I think we're just medium-sized, you can make it happen for yourself too. It just takes a lot of dedication and being really strict at first, and then later on you start to better use the money and resources you have. Anyway, that's a whole nother spiel. Our automatic savings is what I'm saying, like the pay yourself first type of model. I want to put $500 every month into savings no matter what. And sometimes we're just like, oh, we have, $2,000 left at the end of the month. We can use it on all of this stuff, and none of it makes it into savings. So I just want to make sure something's going into savings, besides like 401k stuff. And, all this is after 401k and insurance and HSA, like that savings. So, this is additional savings on top of that. Yeah. I want to do a Roth IRA. I think that's going to be a goal for January as well. And I'll reflect that when I'm sharing like a recap, but this is what it is right now. So I have places to track groceries, over here gas, what we're doing with the money that's like not assigned, and hopefully it should be around $1,200 that we have to play with, and then hopefully the goal is to get as much of that into savings as possible. Kids expenses, loan. This is where I track like where our money is, like how much money we have in accounts and how much we're getting for paychecks or additional things. And then shopping in general would just, we used it a lot during like November, December for like, we have a holiday party and then we have Christmas, and so shopping was one that we used a lot, and I'll just use that for the future if we're having to like buy anything random. And then, yeah, our debts. So just our house and car and medical debt, which I already talked about. So that's what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it useful. It's just a different way of looking at things, trying to not spend our money on dumb things or anything really, except for putting it into savings and having like a greater goal. I hope that my next video is going to be one that will be interesting to you as well, where I'll be talking about my like kind of 2023 bucket list or some overarching goals that I have for myself and my family. If you have an interest in budgeting, spending less as a family so that you can save money or pay off debt, I'm hoping that this channel becomes one that you enjoy. I'm hoping to start sharing these videos again because I really do enjoy making them, but sometimes they feel overwhelming, and when I didn't have like a clear goal of what I was doing with my money, or we just like weren't tracking super well, it wasn't very easy for me to share, which probably would have been way more interesting to you than to see like I spent, all this money here and all this money here, and it would have been like this super long list where you guys were like, what the hell is she doing with her money? Regardless, I hope that you stick around, subscribe, turn the notification bell on. You can find me on the internet at The Pretty Plus on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. And I will chat with you soon. Bye guys, thanks for watching.